Hello, I'm Steve Go with the Business Development Center at Old Dominion University. I'm here with Hunter Walsh, the director of the 757 Startup Studios. Did I get it right this time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we're really pleased to be able to be in collaboration with the 757 Startup Studios and Startup Virginia to help bring this outstanding program, this online program to you. I'm going to turn the time over right now at the very beginning to Hunter, and he'll explain a little bit more about what's going on here.
Thank you so much, Steve. That we at 757 Startup Studios, part of the 757 Collab Innovation Network, are thrilled to be able to offer the Entrepreneur Certificate Program course to any aspiring or current entrepreneur in the greater Hampton Roads area and beyond. That I have found these video modules to be incredibly impactful and helpful for anyone, whether you've been in business for 10 years or are just thinking about taking that first step and leap into entrepreneurship. These modules, I think that you'll find them very easy to digest and provide the core foundational building blocks to help you now and in the future, and provide more skills for you to ultimately be able to make you a more well-rounded entrepreneur. I encourage you to check them out. This would not be possible without the generosity of our friends at Startup Virginia and the Old Dominion University Business Development Center. Just a little bit about 757 Startup Studios. We are on a mission to reduce obstacles and barriers for growth-minded entrepreneurs across all industries by providing rent-free tenancy, access to customized programming, mentorship, place, and community to any entrepreneur in the greater Hampton Roads area. I encourage anyone to take advantage of this opportunity to go through the Entrepreneur Certificate Program at no cost and add more skills to your toolbox so you can be a more well-rounded entrepreneur. Back over to Steve to talk a little bit more about the program.
News out of whatever. Say news at 11. Well, here we go. And we're going to start with this. So we'll give you a quick overview. Again, we're not going to spend much time on this, but we're going to give you a quick overview of the course. When you enter it and you have your access coupon, you sign up. It'll take you to a screen similar to this. And again, it'll be entitled 757 Startup Studios Entrepreneur Certificate Program. Click on that. You'll see the course is actually made up of 9, not counting the welcome, it's made up of 9 modules. And it goes from all the way from defining your idea, establishing your value proposition, validating your customer acquisition strategy, create your marketing strategy, leverage your startup sales playbook, understand startup finance, develop legal strategies, funding options in Virginia. And I found, even though it's geared towards Virginia, most of the information you'll find in here really could be applied to any state in the union throughout the United States. And again, that'll go from starting, which comes from the basic, like most of us do. It'll start with maybe a credit card, your friends, family, and neighbors, and go all the way up to actually crowdfunding, equity common terms, stock, and convertible notes. I did find in this particular session, you will see there's quite a few videos. But the videos are short, but there's quite a few of them in this section. And personally, when I work through this, it's kind of like, but I actually went through it, and when I found that by the time I got to the end of it, I had a really good basic knowledge of the different terminology. And as an entrepreneur starting up, you may or may not know the language to use, especially when you're trying to attract investors. And this will give you it won't make you an expert, but it'll really give you the really solid foundation that you can actually sound like you know what you're doing. That's what it boils down to. And you can at least you can ask questions to say, "Oh, I've heard about that. Explain it to me a little bit more," instead of sitting there going, "I don't know." But this will help you. But again, there's also the last section will take you into designing your pitch deck. The pitch deck will actually give you 2 versions of it. It'll give you an example of the TED Talk, and it'll also help you with the elements of an investor pitch, which is a little bit definitely unlike the TED Talk, which is more of the rah-rah, where you actually have to convince a group of investors that your company has the viability and the potential to get a return for them, because investors do like a return. Each one of the sections, again, it's mostly made up of videos. You'll find, here's the first section. Let me go to the welcome here. Startup Virginia has done a wonderful job of gathering together these entrepreneurs from Virginia. And when you start the video, and I'll start this here just briefly, It's going to walk you through, and I'm going to stop this. Sometimes people have an issue that it won't let them proceed past this. What you need to do is when you start the video, you need to make sure that this little button down here below the video turns to a dark. It goes from a light gray to a dark gray. That will then say you can proceed. What I recommend, if you do get hung up a little bit on video and it doesn't seem to want to let you go into the next session, just make sure you watch it to the end, or at least get the bar over to the end. Again, this is the overview. Wonderful instructors. I'll share with you some particular favorites of mine. This is a gentleman by the name of Ace Caldwell. Each one of the sections, when they introduce a new instructor, they give you a little bit of a background on Ace. Actually gives you, with Ace, you have some contact information. You got some information on what he's done. Also, this helps explain why he's on that side of the screen and you're on this side. Again, these are fascinating individuals. Each one of the sections will also have a where you can download the course material if you like to follow along. You don't need to, but again, if you would like to download the PowerPoint, and again, you'll walk your way through the sections. Most of the sections have resources. This one has the shortest amount of resources, and in their resources, I actually recommend that they recommend to a Kaufman small business course, which is what I would call a little more in-depth course. So you can get that. It's self-paced and enroll for that at no charge. But also they'll give you, if they reference a book, in this case, they're going to be talking about the business model canvas. The first two sessions will talk about the business model canvas. If you have not been exposed to it before, please, I think it's a very valuable tool. It helps you identify your customers, identify what you're going to offer the customers, and then to validate that. And it helps you just really get on a piece of paper how you're going to approach that. Now, in this case, they take you out to Amazon where you could buy the book if you really want to get into it. Frankly, I don't buy anything new. I try to get it used. Or if you go up on YouTube, you generate a business model canvas, you'll find plenty of references and YouTube videos. Each of the sections, of course, has a pop quiz. This is a test your knowledge. We've allowed, again, through the generosity of Startup Virginia, we've set this course up that you do not have to go in order. You can go in anywhere you want to, take any section you want to. And again, it is not mandatory you take the quiz. We do recommend that you do take the quiz just to test your knowledge. I've had one section here. I used to run these big sales teams, and I got into sales and I was doing the pop quiz and I got one wrong, and it just burnt my chops, and I couldn't figure out why. So I actually, when I got it wrong, I went back through the material and then I went, that's where they're coming from. So go back and forth in that and use that if you wish. I think there is value in them. And the quizzes are only like 1 to 4. I think the option one's got the longest one, but they're not very long at all. But again, you'll go through this, and this is the course. If you're interested in taking this course, let us know, and we'll send you an access coupon. Again, as Hunter mentioned, that this is we're able to provide this course at no charge to the generosity of Startup Virginia. And we are very appreciative of this. But as Hunter mentioned, when you're starting out as an entrepreneur, I think part of this is not only understanding your business, understanding who your customers are, but establishing that minimum viable product or service. You may have visions to have a 1,000 person corporation, and we want you to do that. Believe me, we would love you to do that in Virginia. Build that huge corporation, but you got to start somewhere. So we're going to help you try to identify that low-hanging fruit, that minimum viable product that you can get out to market. You can start generating cash. And as Hunter knows, if you're an investor, you're going to an investor to invest in you. If you're generating money, they really look towards you a little more favorably, that the idea has been validated and somebody's paying that money. But this course will give you the basic core knowledge and the basic language you'll need to be able to speak intelligently, frankly, to people you meet. So back over to you, Hunter, for anything else you'd like to wrap up with.
Thanks so much, Steve. Thanks, everybody, for watching this video. I would highly encourage you to take the leap of faith and complete the course. Entrepreneurship can be a grueling, daunting, very intimidating road. And these modules and videos makes it just a little bit easier to understand what the road is that you have to go up against. So thank you to Old Dominion and the Business Development Center, Startup Virginia. Excited to see you complete the course. Should you get stuck or need any help, please reach out to myself or anyone on the team, and we can definitely get you the help that you need. Looking forward to it. Thank you. And looking forward to seeing a lot of ECP certificates in the future.
All right. Thank you all.